Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, I give you a story titled, My Ex-Wife Said She Was in Love with Another Guy. And a shout out to Michael for sending this story. And guys, this story is about a husband who is married for like 10 years, and out of nowhere his wife comes to tell him that she's in love with some other guy. And obviously, as much as it hurt him on so many fronts, he ends it with her, as he should. Well, let's just say it isn't long before guess who's back, and things aren't working out too well with that other guy. And let me tell you, when you find out what this guy's like, you're going to laugh. Except our guy here, he handles things quite well. And that'll be quite a good one to go over here, guys. Any of you guys out there watching this right now that might be going through a breakup like this, or you have in the past when just you thought you did everything right, you were good to your girl, and just boom, she's in love with somebody else, or she was cheating on you, or something like that. And quite frankly, because you're human, you would certainly feel better hearing that things aren't going too well for her. You'll appreciate this, because guess what? That's usually how things work out. Says here, I have a relationship story that's a bit peculiar, or maybe not. Bro, as good as this story is, your story is not that peculiar. This type of thing happens. Talking to a friend, he suggested I share it on Reddit. English is not my first language, so sorry if I make any mistakes. To start off, I'm 29 years old, and my ex-wife is 32. We were together for 10 years. He goes, yeah, I got married young. Yeah, smack. You're 29 years old, and you were, together for 10 years. He didn't say married for 10 years, but obviously very young. It was a normal marriage, ups and downs, more ups than downs, a pretty healthy relationship. We communicated well, rarely fought, and we were even planning to have a child. We always talked about cheating and boundaries. Did you just say we always talked about that? Cheating was a deal breaker for the both of us. Since I've always been emotionally mature, I told her more than once. Now this is what he says to her quite often. He said to her a lot of times, if one day I'm not enough for you, or if you fall in love with someone else, just tell me and we'll deal with it without drama. In the best way possible, and it's not the end of the world for anyone. Well, I gotta tell you guys, just hearing that, on the one hand, I'm glad he's laying out boundaries and everything, but almost in a way he's making it sound like, well, you fall in love with somebody else, just tell me and we'll handle it maturely. Almost like a girl could be thinking, well, shit, that's pretty easy, no consequences for me. But we'll watch this. And I really did mean it. I'm not naive. I know we don't control our feelings and that it's possible to feel attracted to someone else, even in a relationship. These things just happen. Yes, people have feelings sometimes for other people. There's attraction. But there's one thing of having it, which people can have, and actually acting upon it. And jeopardizing a great relationship for the butterflies or a fucking crush or you want to get some ass. But as I said, it's not the end of the world, and I had the maturity to accept that. Then came the day I never imagined in my life. She came home and simply said to me, I'm in love with someone else. Well, that sucks. But then again, in a way, I can't say I'm not surprised, given he is almost like he was setting the stage for that. At first, I didn't know how to react. I thought it was a joke. But she said it wasn't. She told me she didn't plan for this to happen, that she had been struggling with it for weeks. Weeks? She's going to throw away the whole fucking marriage over just feelings for a few weeks? She said she loved me a lot, that she never meant to hurt me, but she couldn't ignore her feelings for this guy anymore. In other words, this guy gives her the butterflies. So her feelings for a few weeks versus the years you've been together. I asked her what she wanted to do. Smack! You never say that. No, you as a husband, this is what we're going to do. And she said she didn't know. No, she knows what she wants to do. And see, there you go. That's why you say what you're going to do. Now, this was all new for her. I beg to differ. Then I asked her if she slept with him. I know it was over the top, but it was the heat of the moment. She said no, that she would never do that to me, and that nothing had happened between them. Okay, we'll come back to that part. We talked a bit more, and I asked for some space. After thinking for a couple days, with little communication between us, I decided that our marriage was over. Good for you, man. She's telling you she's got feelings for somebody else, she's in love with somebody else, and all this other crap. And quite frankly, I wouldn't believe the whole "I'm not cheating" crap. Ended. That I could not recover from this. I would never see her the same way again. She didn't take it well at first, resisted a little bit, but in the end, she understood it was the best decision. What the hell did she expect? That she's saying this to you and you're going to be like, okay, honey, I still love you. Have a good day. I'm going to go off to the gym. And she goes off and hooks up with this dude. Of course it's over. We weren't living in our own house, so dividing everything was easy. No lawyers were involved. We just split everything fairly. We were never married in a church. We only had a civil union agreement, which we signed later just so we could get our passports. So yeah, there was no courtroom divorce. We just dissolved the union at a notary's office, quick and simple, my country. Holy crap. What country is this? This is a great deal. Pretty darn smooth divorce or breakup, whatever you want to call it. It was tough to see her leave, but at the same time, I felt I did the right thing. And today, with everything I know, I have no doubt I made the right choice. You did make the right choice, brother. And I'm sorry you went through this, but I'm glad you were diligent about this and ended it. And obviously she was hoping to have, I'm willing to bet you she's probably trying to set the stage for an open marriage. That's what I think. Over the next few weeks, she kept trying to start conversations, asking how I was doing, saying she missed me. But I gave short answers until finally I told her not to message me anymore. Why is she reaching out to this dude if she's so in love with this other guy? I guess things aren't working out with Loverboy, huh? And I like that he blocked her. Don't message me anymore. Don't get me wrong. I was struggling with all this inside. I'd be lying if I said it didn't hurt to see her walk away like that. I understood the situation, but that doesn't mean it didn't hurt. Thankfully, I had the support from my dad and some very good friends. During this time, a friend of ours, a 27-year-old female from our social circle, got closer and gave me a lot of strength. Oh, I'm sure she gave you a lot of things, my friend. About 2 months later, someone close to both me and my ex told me how things really were with my new love. Or with her new love. The truth is, she cheated on me with him. There you go. Remember, miss, I never cheated. I would never cheat on you. That type of thing. Of course she was. They had things going on for a while. She wasn't going to just throw it all away unless she actually had something going on. Come on here. The truth is, she cheated on me with him. They were already acting like a couple before she even told me she was in love. They worked out together at the gym, spent time at work together, had lunch together, and God knows what else. Well, now you know darn well you made the right decision by ending the marriage and essentially blocking her. That completely killed whatever feelings I still had left for her. I felt anger, disgust, disappointment, and pain. Until then, I still respected her for being honest about her feelings. Trickle truth in you. Come on, man. But after that day, I cut her out of my life. I didn't want to confront her. It wasn't worth it. You're split up. You're divorced. Whatever you want to call it. You split up your shit. You moved on with your life. There's no point in confronting her. Because, God, dude, she's going to reach out to you. Let's see here. She had already moved on with him. I think they were even living together. So I just kept going with my life. Occasionally that person who told me the truth would mention something about her, but I would shut down quickly. I didn't want to know anything. Yeah. You know, no. I don't want to hear this shit. I don't want to hear this gossip. We're done. Sometime after the breakup, I started a relationship with that friend who helped me. The 27-year-old who was, helping him in some way, huh? She confessed her feelings for me, and I felt the same way. She's an amazing partner. Life finally started to smile at me again. As it usually does, but it takes time. But then about 3 months later, my ex-wife found out about us. Uh-oh. Before that, she had tried to reach out twice. Once through a nostalgic message from her mom's phone, and once with a letter and a basket of my favorite chocolates sent to my work. Yeah, definitely things aren't working out with the new guy too well. And now she knows this guy, now she has competition. She's probably hoping that this guy would always pine for her and not move on so she could always go back to him when things don't work out. Well, I didn't read the letter, and as soon as I saw her handwriting on the envelope, I threw it away. Of course, I told my girlfriend about it. I just sent a message to her mom's phone telling her to not send me anything else because I didn't want to hear anything from my ex anymore. Well, a few days later, she saw something on my girlfriend's Instagram. I was never very active on social media, but my girlfriend was, though she did not post much about us. My ex lost it. She said I cheated on her with my girlfriend, that I never loved her, that my girlfriend would never make me happy as she did, and that only she understood me, the usual nonsense. Holy crap. She's cheating on him. For a while with this guy, the marriage ended because of her cheating. Well, before he found out she was officially cheating, but she was in love with that guy. And now, because this guy, somebody else has moved on, found happiness, she has to come and screw it up and gaslight him. You were cheating on me. Amazing. Then a few days later, she did something I never expected. She went to my girlfriend's work to threaten her. I'd never been so ashamed in my life. My first thought was, she's going to break up with me. No one deserves to go through that. Call the cops. Or we could have a fun cat fight that could be recorded on video and put on YouTube. Psycho. But no, my girl said that she'd never do that to me, that she loved me, and knew it wasn't my fault that my ex was unstable. Obviously, we threatened to call the police if she didn't leave us alone. Well, number one, his girlfriend sounds pretty cool, except for that whole, his girlfriend likes to be on social media a lot. That's a bad idea, and he needs to take care of that. But anyhow, well, that's good she's not breaking up with him over this. Fuck, she probably likes the drama. Threaten to call the police? No, you call the police. Make her have some consequences for once. A word spread, and that mutual friend who told us the truth about the affair also told me, my girlfriend, how things ended between my ex and the other guy. It turns out the guy she cheated on me with is a horrible guy with a criminal record for S-word abuse. He says, yes, my ex knew about it when she got involved with him, and he was seeing multiple women at once. One even got pregnant. The fairy tale fell apart, and I guess that's when the regret hit her. She was cheating on him with the local Chad and Tyrone, who was banging other chicks, but nope, she didn't care about that. Hence, when girls complain about players and stuff like that, and oh, they hate those guys, well, right here, doesn't matter, that they're drawn to them. And he has a history of a criminal record for various things. Well, she's back. During a holiday in my city, I ran into my ex in the street, and we ended up talking. Why would you talk to her? Why would you give her the time of day? Smack! Dude, shake the nice guy shit off. She apologized and tried to, explain what had happened. Don't even listen to it. But I didn't want to hear much. I just scolded her for going after my girl and told her that if she did it again, she'd see a side of me she'd never seen before. Yeah, go Incredible Hulk on her ass. She apologized and begged for another chance. She said she had been honest by telling me before doing anything. Blamed me for not fighting for her and for our marriage. Of course, no accountability. When she told him that she was in love with the other guy, and it's his fault he didn't fight for her. Newsflash, when somebody tells you they're in love with somebody else, you're not fighting for them, because they didn't fight for the relationship. And oh yeah, she was cheating the whole time. This chick is a piece of crap. I snapped and told her I knew everything, that she was already in a relationship with the guy before she confessed, that this was cheating. She deliberately chose to let that guy into her life and knew the consequences from the start. Well, she did, but you also made it out to be in your little thing about cheating, like, well, if it doesn't work out, if you're in love with somebody else, there'll be no drama and we'll break up, that type of thing. Nothing was by accident, and she chose this. Someone who's married and truly loves their partner would never open the door for somebody else. And now she has to deal with it. I told her, leave me and my girlfriend alone. Good for you, but you shouldn't have engaged her, man. And I still say you should have gotten a restraining order against her. Well, it's been a while now, and I haven't heard from her again. Only one long message sent from her mom's phone. I didn't read more than 10% of the message. Just the beginning and the end. At the end, she apologized for everything and said she'd leave us alone, and that she wished me happiness and she'd always be there for me. In no way in hell does she wish this guy happiness, especially happiness with her competition, that other chick. What a load of crap. Always be there for him. Yeah, because she was such a great wife and always there for him. My girlfriend didn't want to read it either, and that was that. Now I just hope I can move forward and live in peace. I think I just wanted to share this, but even after everything, I still feel sad, and I remember her crying and asking for another chance. Yeah, whatever. That's what they do. Don't feel bad for her. She made her bed, now she has to lie in it. And believe me, she was lying in it with that scumbag that was banging a bunch of chicks and got some chick pregnant, has criminal background, criminal record here. Good Lord. So anyhow, guys, there you go. They always come back when things don't work out. The whole, I wasn't cheating, I would never do that thing. What a load of crap. Okay? And it's amazing to me they go for the biggest lowlives. You know how many girls complain about they hate guys that are players and guys like that hooking up multiple girls, and yet they all watch shows about guys that do that exact same thing, and they're all drawn to those guys. So this is why you never listen to women say about what they want or they don't want. And basically, you do the opposite of whatever the fuck they say. But I think it's hilarious. She got what she deserved. The only thing that would have been more perfect is if she got pregnant with his baby. That happens a lot, and then she'd have to deal with him. But then again, we'd have to feel bad for that kid. So I guess that's a good thing. But I think she's going to keep making bad choices, and there's no way this is over. There's no way this unhinged chicken is going to come after this guy again. And it's like, if she can't get this guy and get him back because she feels entitled to him, she's going to find a way to screw it up. So I think they ought to have some cameras installed at their house, their apartment, and definitely watch their back for a while. But yeah, this is a good one. I love when I love when a plan comes together, as Hannibal said in the A-Team. I love when a guy gets the last laugh for being treated this badly, because a lot of you guys probably been in a situation just like this. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. Be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.